Hey, what's up, y'all? Classic Kev back with another episode. Yo, honestly, it's probably the most important episode yet because on today's episode, guys, I'm going to give you my thoughts on why I think these crypto markets are pumping. Also, too, guys, you're going to want to stay to the end of this video because, dude, I got some of the top crypto news stories of the week. As always, it's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I live in my mom's garage. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into it, guys. So let's start by looking at the markets. Bitcoin sitting around 21,000. If you follow this channel, we talked about we'd probably be in this range up until this point. Ethereum still trading sideways a little bit. Cardano up almost 5%. Solana up 12% on a day, 13% on a week. Guys, I got some Solana news at the end of this video, so you're definitely going to want to stay to the end. Polygon Matic, congrats to all you Polygon Matic holders. Seems like every day more and more bullish Polygon Matic news is coming out, up 8% on a day. But I want to get into why I think these crypto markets are pumping, guys. If you remember, I showed y'all this chart a couple months ago when we were talking about what catalysts could cause these markets to continue to appreciate. And this was one, the midterm elections. So this is a chart on the capitalgroup.com. Market returns tend to be muted until later in midterm election years. So if you look at this chart, guys, it kind of demonstrates that whenever we're in a midterm election, that it seems that there's massive volatility and it's usually a spike toward the upside. Now, again, guys, this is just, a trend, and, this could not be viable for this year. There could always be that 1 year where the midterm elections do not result in this because we are still dealing with some wild geopolitical uncertainty. But, I mean, guys, this is just a crazy statistics that it just seems like every year, when we get into midterm election years, and it doesn't even matter, what party's in control, that we see a spike in the market. So Something to look at, guys. Something to look at. As always, not financial advice. We're just taking data and, trying to make the best financial decisions that we can. That's what I'm doing, guys. I'm constantly buying. So, again, I am always looking for positive catalysts, though. Next story, guys. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. Mammoth Bitcoin whale. The Chinese government holds more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor's MicroStrategy. So, Michael Saylor and MicroStrategy, known as, one of the biggest Bitcoin maxis, and the Chinese government actually holds more Bitcoin than them. Following up on that, guys, check out this Forbes article that was just posted. This article was actually posted today. China could secretly hold 6 billion of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other crypto, triggering a serious price crash warning. Okay. So let's break this down. The Chinese Communist Party, which has, if you follow any cryptocurrency news, has effectively banned Bitcoin and crypto. At least, I feel like I've seen the articles at least 100 times. China's banned crypto. Now it comes out that they hold more Bitcoin than Michael Saylor, who's known as one of the biggest Bitcoin maxis, biggest Bitcoin whales, and I believe was the first publicly traded company to own Bitcoin. So the Chinese government banned its citizens. The Chinese government kicked out all the Bitcoin miners, banned its citizens from owning Bitcoin, but holds $6 billion worth of the assets. What does that tell you, guys? And then Forbes posts this article, which, frankly, guys, is very misleading. I mean, look at this article, and you tell me. Maybe I'm just reading this wrong. China could secretly hold $6 billion of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other crypto, triggering a serious price crash warning. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Chinese government would hold this $6 billion worth of an asset and would destroy the asset? Or would China hold on to the asset and hope that it appreciates so it'd have more economic power? Things that make you go, huh? So I don't know why Forbes posted. I don't know who wrote this article, why they wrote it this way, but it's pretty clear to me, whether it's the Chinese government or United States government, that they don't want the citizens holding these assets, that the powers that be want these assets for themselves, and they don't want you getting rich. I don't know how else to interpret it. If you interpret this otherwise, please let me know down in the comments. But that's why I follow these markets, guys, because the implementation of this technology, it's astonishing. It's astonishing at this point that, we constantly seeing these news articles, and it's like when you pull back the veil, you see what's really going on behind the scenes, that all this technology is being implemented, that whether it's institutions talking bad about Bitcoin and they're secretly buying. It's really strange, guys. It's really strange. So again, guys, do your own research. Make the best decisions for you and your family. Me personally, guys, again, I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum every week automatically. So let's go to the next story, guys. Again, another bullish news. We talked about this, I believe, a couple weeks ago. Coinbase deal shows Google is committed to crypto. How much depends on whom you ask. A tie-up between the crypto and tech giants have been lauded as affirmation for blockchain. In reality, Google is looking for new customers. So Google partnered with Coinbase, I believe, to pay for their to allow users to pay for their cloud services. So this is just step one, guys. This is just step one. And, once this gets implemented, just another step. I mean, I think in the not so distant future, whether it be Amazon, any online retailers, you're going to be able to link your crypto wallet. You're going to be able to, make purchases on with Amazon, eBay, Google, be able to make purchases with your crypto. I believe you'll have a crypto wallet that'll be tied to your phone, and it'll also be tied to your Google or Apple iCloud account. It just makes sense, guys. It just makes sense. And I don't think Coinbase and Google would be implementing this technology if they didn't have a plan. Like, again, I think that this stuff's already figured out. They already know what they're going to do. They're just not fully announcing it yet. They're putting in all the pieces in behind the scenes, and then just one day you're just going to wake up and crypto is going to be here, and just kind of like a cell phone. Just one day they came up with them and they slowly rolled them out. Now everyone has a cell phone. You don't know how you lived without them. So that's kind of where I believe the tech is going, guys. That's really why I have this channel. I just want to keep you guys educated, and I just want to follow this because we are entering what the World Economic Forum calls the fourth industrial revolution. If you don't believe it, look it up. Look it up because it's coming. Next story, guys, from CoinDesk. CBDCs could reduce FX transaction speeds to 10 seconds. New York Fed says the New York Fed simulated foreign exchange transactions using a distributed ledger to test for improvements over the current system. Yes. So, so again, guys, please do not get it clouded. Central bank digital currencies and crypto and, Bitcoin especially really are two separate things. I am adamantly against any form of central bank digital currency on this channel. While central bank digital currencies do utilize a lot of the same technology as crypto, what they do not implement is the privacy aspect and the control aspect and the decentralization aspect that, an asset like Bitcoin presents. And again, so this is, kind of what we've talked about is you're seeing that whether it's be big banks, big governments, they're like, wow, we can transact and move a ton of money safely, securely, and cheaply using these different ledger systems, these different blockchain and Web3 systems than we can with the traditional rails. The traditional payment methods we have, through ACH are very, very antiquated, very, very old. And again, guys, it's really not that hard to comprehend if you think about it. I mean, think about, the way you get paid, right? You get paid every 2 weeks, and, the way that ACH happens when you get that direct deposit to your bank account. You guys realize with crypto, you could be getting paid, depending on the employer, depending on, how they receive their money, and depending on the type of cash flow they have. You could be getting paid every single day. Could you imagine that, going to work and through crypto, you work a whole day, or, even like when you say get paid by the hour, imagine literally getting direct deposits every hour that you're working, and you look at your wallet and you're getting paid. I don't know about you guys, but that would give me a lot of incentive to work more, if I was getting paid per day and literally getting a deposit that day. So that's where I think this is going. I think this is just kind of step one, because there's just so many advantages to this technology. It's not just, for retail, big industries, big governments, just the ability to transact. Guys, we're becoming so much more interconnected worldwide. We're becoming so much more connected, when you're you talk about economies of scale and bringing everything together into one ecosystem and being able to transact. I don't want to say a one world currency. I don't want to give y'all too dystopian of an outlook of what this is, but I guess what I see the future as a currency that's not manipulated or inflated by a central government, or a currency that the government has no actual control over your money. The government, or the banking, a central banking system has no, like the way the Fed works, being able to print and inflate money. That's kind of what I see it going to. Not necessarily a one world currency, perhaps lots of different currencies that can easily be transferred into each other, offering, instantaneous liquidity. That's kind of where I see stuff going. But again, some of you have a more dystopian outlook on what the future of the world is going to be. That's the point of this channel. We're gonna follow it. We're gonna report it all here. So let's go to the next story, guys. And this alludes to a little more what I was talking about. Argentina unicorn Ula debuts crypto trading as inflation rattles the country. So fintech unicorn Ula has added cryptocurrency trade in Argentina. Feature supports Bitcoin Ether. With annual inflation nearing 100%, Argentinians have been turned into digital assets. So that's right, guys. So this inflation that we're dealing with in America, this is not an American situation. This is a worldwide situation, and this is the main problem with fiat currency. So if you think of, since the start of time, humans have used different type of currencies, to interact, whether it be, like seashells or gold bullion or different type of precious metals. And as we grow as a more advanced society, we find different methods of currency. And what it seems to me is having programmable money that is decentralized without, that has code that is literally written and cannot be changed. So in Argentina, they're dealing with, what's basically hyperinflation, because imagine, you save up, $1,000 and it's worth $500 in 1 year. That's not fair. It's not fair to the citizens. It's not fair, to business owners. It's not fair to anybody. It really doesn't help anyone. But, these federal governments, they've really abusing their power. And fiat currencies, historically, there's been no fiat currency that hasn't died over a certain amount of time. And it's unfortunate. But this is just the next evolution now. How does this play out for Argentina? I don't know. But if you think about it, whether it be El Salvador, Argentina, I believe in South Africa, some of those countries are adopting this technology. We're going to see, because if they start prospering and these digital assets make them worldwide, they make their economies grow and give their citizens, abundance and wealth, then I would hope in the West that we not only follow suit, that we start to front run this, and I think that that's the next step, because you guys are seeing it. You're seeing the inflation. We've talked about the inflation on this channel, and whether it be groceries up 13%, guys, that's insanity. And again, the inflation, it's not stopping. I'm on record saying this, and I will keep saying it. They've been raising interest rates. Do you guys see inflation going lower? Is there any sign of that? I don't see it. So again, the Inflation Reduction Act. Well, didn't it pass? Well, do you guys see inflation reducing? I don't see it. So it seems that we're going to have to just create a parallel society, because, our federal government just printing endless amount of money is not going to help the inflation crisis. It's out of control, and at this point, raising interest rates, I've said it before, it's throwing water on a grease fire. So next story, guys, Walmart, check out this, guys, walmart.com. Guys, Walmart is selling Bitcoin miners. Now, I don't know how long this has been on here, and I wouldn't recommend buying a Bitcoin miner from Walmart. Or maybe I would. I mean, Walmart, these prices may be better than, what you can get it elsewhere. Walmart, has large supply chain. It can usually get stuff at better prices. But I just think this is very interesting. I mean, guys, could you imagine walking in Walmart and at your local Walmart and buying a Bitcoin miner? I don't know if they have these in store, if this is just something you have to order, but I never noticed this before, and somebody sent this to me, and I thought it was interesting. Just to me, another sign of mainstream adoption. You know, if you're being able to buy Bitcoin miners in Walmart, I'd imagine not so distant future. You know, a lot of Walmarts, you know, they're getting rid of. A lot of Walmarts are going to self-checkout. If you guys can't see this transition happening, a lot of Walmarts are going to the self-checkout kiosk, and a lot of times those self-checkout kiosks are card only. You know, it's no secret. You know, the Fed has said there's a coin shortage, and they're kind of prepping us that we're getting away from fiat. It's slowly happening. They got a gas station here, a racetrack that they have, you know, they've implemented these new kiosks. CVS Pharmacy has these self-checkout kiosk, and, you know, you can pay with, you know, credit cards. Some of them take cash, but they don't want to fool with cash. They definitely don't want to fool with coins. They want digital payments because, one, you know, it lowers theft. Two, it's that, you know, they like having all this information on customers. You know, about when you put your credit card in, they basically have all your information on who you are. It gives them a lot of information for their databases. So Walmart implementing this technology, just another sign that's what I look for, guys, as an investor. Like, I'm looking for these signs in society that other people aren't thinking about, aren't looking at, because I don't think I know everything, guys, but I think the big wheels at Walmart, I don't think they'd be selling Bitcoin miners if Bitcoin was perhaps going to zero or going to be banned. You think Walmart's going to buy all that inventory and Bitcoin's going to be banned, and then what they're going to do with all the miners? Something to think about. Anyway, so next story, guys. This is we bought a loaf of bread from Pick and Pay with Bitcoin, and it just works. So this is using the Lightning Network. So I believe this is in Africa, and they're already implementing this through a QR code, and this is the receipt where the guy used Bitcoin to buy a loaf of bread. Now, I wouldn't recommend buying anything with Bitcoin at this current, unless you just have a ton of Bitcoin, you know, because I believe in, you know, Bitcoin's a store of value. I'm holding my Bitcoin, but this is what I've talked about, guys, with POS systems. This is how easily it's implemented. And why is it being implemented in, I believe there's grocery stores. Yeah, South Africa is in South Africa. Why is it being implemented there and not here? I don't know. I don't have an answer. And, you know, I think that for a business, if I was, you know, if I had a small business, and, you know, I would almost accept Bitcoin, one, as a marketing thing, just to, you know, be like, wow, you know, just to advertise that, you know, we accept Bitcoin. I think that would be really make a business kind of stand out from other businesses. Also, too, man, if somebody, you know, if you have cash flow coming in, and you know, you don't need cash, you know, per se, you're not living paycheck to paycheck. If I was a business, 100% would accept Bitcoin and just hold it, you know, just hold it. But again, that's something we're going to continue to watch. Check this out, guys. Chinese government releases VR research plan, including metaverse and odor simulation. Guys, the Chinese government, I mean, guys, think about the movie Ready Player One. Guys, the plan further calls for an establishment of 10 virtual reality parks around the country to allow people to have direct contact with the aforementioned tech and explore the different possibilities that the headset might bring to the Chinese citizens. So, guys, this metaverse stuff, I don't know what the metaverse is going to be. Y'all know on this channel, I invest heavily in the metaverse, and I'm a lot. And again, metaverse, investing in the metaverse, super speculative. I mean, you're borderline. If you're investing in metaverses right now, and I am. Y'all know all the metaverses I'm in. I know they're super risky. I know a lot of them will go to zero. But when I see the Chinese government implementing this tech and buying millions of headsets and have, you know, these metaverse parks being built, I think it's going to be wild, guys. It's going to be wild. And again, this tech could definitely be used. I don't want to be in no metaverse. I don't want to go in a metaverse and be there for days and spend more time in a virtual world than I do in the real world. But I do think that metaverse, it's just the future. And again, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how it's going to look. I'm sure in 10 years, it'll be obvious to us when it all kind of plays out. because like who really saw Amazon being as big as they are? Who saw the Apple phone, being, as big as it is? But those who had the foresight to take those risky bets, it paid off for them. So that's why I'm kind of investing in metaverses, because huge risk. But at the same time, I believe, and I think you guys would agree with me, huge reward. Thank you so much, guys. If you made it this far in the video, man, drop me a 100 emoji. Got a couple more stories. This is something we talked about yesterday. Definitely, I'd say, for me, one of the more bullish stories. Fidelity is launching crypto trading, what it means for Coinbase and Robinhood. So Fidelity Investments launching a platform for retail investors to trade cryptocurrency. And again, guys, I use Fidelity for stocks. I like their platform. I'll probably use Fidelity to do all my crypto trading as well. Again, I'm going to just kind of monitor this once this system comes out, and I'll do some videos on it. And then check this out, guys, from CNBC. This was actually posted yesterday. Fidelity for us all, now offering 401k investors access to cryptocurrency. Wow. So, guys, if you're watching, if you made it this far and you follow this channel, how wild is it to see this? How wild is it to see this play out? Fidelity Investments, the largest 401k administrator by assets, began offering Bitcoin fund to workers this fall. So the largest, so all the retirement accounts, 401ks, they're now going to be able to add Bitcoin. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Well, so what, Kevin? Like, they're not going to add Bitcoin. Well, let me kind of give y'all insight on how a money manager or someone with a 401k thinks. Say you got a 401k, got $1 million in it, right? You're getting hammered right now. Your stocks are down, index funds, mutual funds, getting hammered. And you're like, you know what? Here's another asset that's Bitcoin, a hedge against inflation. I got $1 million. What if I just put 1%? What if I just put, 10,000, 100,000, 50,000. Not saying everybody's going to do it, but if everyone, all these Fidelity 401ks, if they just put 1%, I think at this point you're risking more not putting 1% into Bitcoin or whatever your crypto, whether it's Ethereum, Cardano, Solana, whatever your crypto choice is. I think you're risking more by not doing that. So that's kind of, and again, that's just my mindset, guys. I'm obviously invested a lot more than 1%. Probably invested a little too heavy into crypto currently, but I have strong conviction. I have strong conviction that, this tech, this is the future. I mean, I follow the World Economic Forum, guys. They talk about all of this. They talk about all of this, and I beg you, go do your own research. Go look up the World Economic Forum. Go look up the Fourth Industrial Revolution, Klaus Schwab, the Great Reset. They talk about all of this. Anyway, I don't want to get too political. Okay, well, here's actually, my bad, I'm getting a little political. It's a political story. U.S. election update. Where do the pro-crypto candidates stand ahead of the election? Wow. So, guys, is that where we're going? Where, where previously, we were so divided in this country, right versus left. Now, for me, guys, I'm past that. I'm past this right versus left divisive politics. Now, I believe that, whether it's Bitcoin, crypto, that this technology really is the people's money. It's what's going to liberate a lot of people, give a lot of people financial freedom, give a lot of people independence. So any candidate that to this point that's anti-crypto or pro-fiat or it has any type of agenda that is detrimental to crypto, I'm 100% against. So it doesn't matter if they have an R next to their name, a D next to their name, or an I next to their name. If they're against crypto and they're, have policies that are hurting the crypto industry, 100% I'll stand against them on this channel. So definitely something to watch, guys, because it's going to be interesting seeing maybe perhaps a presidential debate, them talking about the future of crypto. How wild would that be? Definitely going to be interesting to watch. Last piece of news, some Solana news. Pre-production of Solana phone to ship to developers in December. So, again, guys, a lot of bad news has been coming out with Solana, the downtimes. And look, guys, I'm not a computer programmer. I'm not a computer scientist. I don't know anything about, programming or the code of which is built Solana. I understand Solana has a lot of problems. I guess, why I'm bullish on Solana is I'm following the smart money. I see a lot of VC money going into this project. I see a lot of implementation. I see the problems. But I just look at this technology the way, Kevin O'Leary looks at it, Mr. Wonderful. This isn't just, it's so much bigger than a coin. This is essentially just software. Software over time with enough money and resources can be fixed, can be patched, can be made better, right? Think about the iPhone, what the original iPhone was to what it is now. Well, what did that take? That took a lot of research and development, R&D money. That took a lot of capital, and it took a lot of innovation. So what I see Solana as an innovator, they're coming out with a phone. They have a store in New York. Now, again, guys, this phone could be a flop, and I could be dead wrong. Oh, well, that's why I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket. What if this phone works? What if this is the transition? What if this decentralized phone and the Solana phone is better or just takes 1% of the market share from Apple? 1% takes 1% of Apple's market share. Maybe takes 5% of the Android market share. That's big. That's big time, guys. So that's what I'm looking at. Anyway, y'all, dude, if you made this far in the video, guys, thank you so much for watching. So much wild stuff going on in crypto markets. Anyway, y'all, I'm Classic Kev. I'm out. Peace.